Oh, I was just given the reminder that whenever we're angry at an experience or a person or a situation, we're not. We're angry at ourselves. We're angry at the mirror that is being shown to us. Are we willing to take a look? It's like if you have an encounter or an experience and it leads you down a path you don't want to go, and then you're furious and mad at it. No, you're really mad at you. You're mad at you because you recognize and realize, if you're willing to look, that you wanted to get whatever it is. You have to figure out what that get is. And you believed following down that path would get you that. So you did it to you. So when you can look at that mirror that's being held up and see where you were lying to yourself, you were telling yourself you didn't have that. You didn't have that, so you had to get that outside of you. So where weren't you loving yourself? Where were you lying to yourself? What weren't you unlocking within? What weren't you giving to yourself? Were you not giving yourself belonging to yourself? Loving to yourself? Kindness to yourself? Were you telling yourself lies about something? That you weren't good enough, that you weren't worthy, that you weren't, or was it bigger than that? Was it a money trap or a clout trap? I'm trying to think of all the deadly sins. But that's what it is. It's like whatever illusion you fell to, what lie you fell to, what enticed you and lured you away from you. Right? It's like it's in that split second that we slide. It's like it's a sales pitch. Somebody convinced you otherwise. Or, oh, that's enticing. That looks good. I need that. I'd like to have that. I don't have that. I want that. Right? Like it's somebody has sold you a lie that you don't have it within. So come this way, go down this path, and you will receive it. But it's the devil luring you away, so you don't get shit. The devil doesn't hold up to his end of the deal. So you get tricked out of your spot. You get tricked out of your alignment. But that's the mirror. You weren't tricked. You lied to yourself. You left yourself. Oh, fuck. Right? Like that's the harder pill to swallow. We weren't strong enough to stay in our alignment. So instead of going down the rabbit hole further of beating yourself up and tearing yourself apart, it's like, okay, you're right. Thanks for that mirror. That fucking sucks. That is a hard pill to swallow. And that's where I need to do the work. Hi-ho, off to work we go. Like that's what it is. But most people don't want to follow that all the way through. They don't want to follow that loop all the way through. It is so much easier to play the victim. They lured me away. Or whatever else it is, it's like whatever your boatload of excuses are. Yeah. But where are they getting you? Where are your boatload of excuses getting you? How's that victimhood feeling? How's that working out for you? Some people will argue very, very well, right? So it's like, let them have that then, right? We're all here for different experiences, and that's what they wanted to experience. So it's like, don't judge. It's like, don't worry about it. It's back to that, like, you know, don't help those that don't ask to be helped. But if you want to help yourself, right? Like if you want to take back your power and take ownership of your life and your choices, then you do have to take ownership and swallow those pills and recognize it was you all along and you were weak there, right? There have been plenty of mirrors and plenty of weak spots that, here's the problem with it. It's like I had plenty of weaknesses. And when somebody finds your weak spot, they can exploit it. And boy, do they, if you come across the wrong person. But again, it's still your fault, right? Like it was still my fault because I wasn't meeting my needs. I wasn't getting my needs met in healthy ways. And so when opportunity arose, right? Like maybe, because you can look at it either way. Like I think I just did one the other day about reading about like how there's hunters out there. Yeah, I mean, there are people that will prey on your weaknesses, but they are your weaknesses. So it's your job to figure out where your weaknesses are and fill them in, right? And so it's for us. So it sucks. Some of us have to learn awful, horrific lessons because we're not tending to ourselves, caring for ourselves, loving ourselves, taking good care of ourselves and our needs. And so we're leaving ourselves open and vulnerable to prey. So, or as prey. So, I feel like I'm still saying that wrong. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, it's gut wrenching. That's what it can be. It can be gut wrenching, right? And so it's like, okay, but then, so it doesn't continue happening. You have to do that work. You have to figure out how to love yourself. You have to figure out ways to get your needs met in healthy ways. And again, we've like I've said it where it's like depends on how far off your path you got, right? It's like, how far did you allow them to lead you away, to lure you away from your center? And so that's what sucks, is because then you might turn around and be like, oh my God, I have so far to go to get back to my center. How the fuck did I get out in the middle of the desert? How the fuck, right? And it's like, oh, fuck. So it's like you have to eat your karma. You have to walk your way back. You have to get back to your center. And so it's up to you. It's like, how far away did you get? How far did you allow yourself to leave you, abandon you? I hope you can hear all this. I hope I'm giving you a good enough understanding or verbiage or visualization to understand, like, it's all us. It's all us. But the sooner you accept that, the sooner you swallow that, the sooner you take ownership of that, the closer you're getting back home, right? Back to your alignment. But yeah, I mean, it's like it takes work. Some people have to like right their wrongs. Some people do some horrific stuff, but it's like, that's why you don't want to get involved in universal law, as far as like, don't get in the line of fire. The way to not get in the line of fire, stand in your alignment, right? You have to stand in your truth, and you have to keep doing that and practicing that and strengthening that and finding others that are doing that also, that are loving themselves and honoring themselves and standing up for themselves. And it's like, you got to get into that rhythm for yourself so you can continue that momentum in that way and continue in that flow. But it's also always doing that check-in, right? Because sometimes we really think, we've talked about like people think they're happy, but they're not in alignment, meaning they've convinced themselves they're happy as they drink themselves into oblivion, right? No, I'm really happy. I'm having the time of my life. But they're drowning out the silent voices that's saying, my liver, hello, my body, like, hello, like all these other things. But I got off track there. There was something they wanted me to say. They were showing me something else. Oh, that's what it was. Sometimes we think we're happy and we it's like get too comfortable, right? That's always the problem when we get too comfortable, because then we get relaxed in that, there might be a need or a deprivation somewhere, but we're like, oh, we'll get to it. Oh, we'll get to it. It gets put on the back burner. But as life goes on, if you continue to put that on the back burner, throughout your life experiences, it'll get louder. But it can get louder in my previous example, like you can get lured away and shit, bad shit can happen. And you're like, how did this happen? What do you mean? You put that shit on the back burner for so long. It's like the idea of suppressing a need for so long. It's going to bubble up and it's going to explode, and likely in an awful way. It's like the universe, people explain it that way. That's not necessarily the case, but people explain it like the universe is trying to get your attention. And so it's really your inside, your higher self is alerting you that they're in deprivation. There's a need, there's an adjustment that needs to be made in a certain area, and we just don't want to do that work, or we don't know how to do that work, or we don't know how to fill that need, or we don't know what to do, and we just keep ignoring it, or we just don't want to face it, or it's a fear. I mean, there's just so many reasons, and we can list books and books and books of excuses, and yet it doesn't change the reality of it. So that's why it keeps getting bigger and louder and bigger and louder, and then the next thing you know, it's cancer, or you're on your deathbed, or it's this, or it's that, or it's this, or it's that. And it's, oh, I wish. What do you mean you wish? You were alerted all that time. It's like we get lots of warnings. We get lots of taps on the shoulder. We get lots of mirrors held up to us. We get lots of, and I do this too. How do I verbalize that? Oh shit. It's like, we'll get mirrors and we'll go, oh, and we'll make a tweak. We'll make an adjustment that is going in the right direction, right? It's going, because you made the adjustment, you start to feel better. You start to go in the right direction. You still have more to do, but you're going in the right direction. And it's like, I don't know how to, it's like so that'll happen. I'll go in the right direction, and then I'll be like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's fine. I don't have to give up that vice. I don't have to give up that easy route. I don't have to pour more into myself there. I don't have to tend to that. I don't have to whatever. It's like, what do you mean? No, you made the tweak. That's why it was getting better. You stopped the tweak. That's why it's getting worse. Right? It's like, but that tweak was challenging. It's new. It's not autopilot. I have to think about it. It takes effort. All these things. And it's like, we are lazy. We're lazy. And we just don't want to do that work. Okay. But then you have to suffer those consequences. Oh, I don't want those either. Okay, well, that's the way it works here. That's the way it works. And believe me, I know. I have had this argument with them many a times. I'm like, I don't like the way you have it set up when I have to do the work. I'm fine with it and think that the universal laws are perfect and beautiful when I'm in that flow. But when I'm not in that flow, I'm not interested in your laws. You can take them and shove them. I don't like them, right? So it's like we have to suck it up, buttercup. It is what it is. It's like, well, I want to pull out the rules I like then. What about the universe bending to my will? What about blah, 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 blah? Right? It's like you want to throw it back in their face and be like, no, 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 no. It's like, I want to pick and choose. We want to cherry pick. But the laws are the laws. So it is what it is. You know, you either are willing to accept the mirror, right, and make the adjustments and continue on that way, which means, yes, we're always at work. Technically, we're always at work if we don't like what we see. And we have to be aware and awake and conscious to the fact that not only are we getting shown, tapped on the shoulder, advised, but we have to be diligently meeting all of our needs, which when we're in the flow, it's easy, right? That's because you've met all your needs. You can relax into the present moment. You feel great and you can keep up that. It's like you can now reap the benefits, right? The rewards of your hard work. Yeah, I don't know how else to say all that. I think they're just repeating. I think they're just showing me a repetition of everything I just said. Or maybe that's what they're trying to get me to say, is you just have to keep repeating that. Yeah, you do have to keep doing that work. I guess it's like the idea of eating through the karmic debt, right? Getting back to oneself is another way to say that. Getting in alignment, realigning with yourself. Like we can make it more difficult or easier. It's up to us. And some of us just have deep held beliefs on how it should be. And so then we're holding ourselves at bay and making it more challenging. All these things can be said to be true. I have found them to be true. You'll have to see for yourself. That's the point of living here, to figure it out, to experiment, to be honest with ourselves, to stand in our truth, to align with what feels right and true for us. And I think the biggest thing here was what happened was they had shown me somebody who was furious, but they were furious at somebody and at a situation. And that's where I was like, oh God, like, please don't bring me that. Because that's what it is. It's like they're not really mad at anybody or the situation. They're really mad at themselves for all the things we just stated. And so then I always try to relate it to myself so I can understand what they're going through, even if it's not to the same depth or degree, but we can relate, we can understand, to have that compassion. And boy, do I get it. I mean, we all can get that. We can all understand that. It is easier to get angry and frustrated that the outside isn't bending its will to us, isn't changing for us. It's easier to get mad at that, mad at the outside, mad at a person, mad at the situation. It's easier. Just get angry at the world, right? And it's like, well, And how's that serving you? How's that feel? Awful. I'm angry. Right. That sucks. It sucks. Guess what else sucks? You're going to have to clean that shit up. It's you. You have to do that work. It's like, what? Which, I mean, I laugh at pain, so I'm laughing now, but I get it's painful. It's so painful. It is. It's like, fuck, right? It just, you're already angry. And to release that anger, I mean, maybe you're like me, release it through laughter. Get it out however you can in healthy ways. Channel it, understand it, transform it into empowering yourself and empowering others and sharing with others what you've had to learn the hard way. Doesn't mean people will listen. You know, there's plenty of people like me. and this person I was channeling that we learned the hard way. The hard way. What do they say? A hard head makes a soft ass. I think that's what they said. I just heard it the other day. I was cracking up. I thought, God, isn't that true? It's like I can be so stubborn. I don't mean to be. I don't want to be. But we can. It's like intellectualize too much. You can think too much. That'll fuck you over, and you'll get smacked for that. So it's like a hard head is a soft ass because your ass gets so beat and massaged and smacked to hell. Oh boy. It's true, right? So, okay, I feel like I could go on and on and on. I'm going to start babbling.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.